Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the Altcoin show, coming at you 6 days a week daily. And I do want to welcome you to the channel from wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thank you so much for watching. Today we are going to look at altcoins, and in particular we are going to ask the question, is it time to take profits? Are we in altcoin season? When should I take profits? How should I take profits? How do I know when to take profits? I don't want to be left holding the bag and the market drops and I could have got back in. And also, are we expecting a dump? And if so, should I be putting in some buy orders? We're going to answer all those questions there on the Altcoin show. Okay, before we jump into all that, you know what I'm going to say. If you're a regular watcher, smash the likes. This helps get this content out to more people and does help support the channel. I do also appreciate all the comments people leave below in the video. Very kind, and taking the time to do that does mean a lot, and I do read and respond to each one of those, and also the questions that get left there as well. I do get back to those as soon as I am able to. Don't forget about the cheat sheet. It is linked below in the description of this video. I have a new daily trade section. Please check that out. And also the Stocks with Josh Discord to get involved, to get signed up, to join me in the Stocks with Josh Discord. I'm in the crypto channel daily with the most amazing people on the planet. It's the party zone right now, as you can imagine. Certainly there are links below in the description where you can get signed up for that as well. I am opening up my one-on-one trainings again. If you're interested in that, these are paid one-to-one trainings via video, and certainly you can get inquired. I'm going to say get signed up. You can't get signed up. You can inquire about that. There's an email address below in the description. All you do is email me, say, hi, I'm interested in your one-to-one private trainings. I will then send an email, so it's impossible for scammers or bad actors to get in, because you're going to email me at that exact email address. I'm going to reply with from that exact email address, and then I'll provide the information. And then if you'd like to move forward, great. And if you don't, that's fine. There's no obligation whatsoever. All you're asking for is information. That's it. And that's in the email address below. All right, we're going to jump into some news. And first of all, we have the Grim Reaper. Sui strikes again. Link. AVAX is next. How long until Sui flips AVAX and then breaks into the top 10? I'm believing to see this screen with XRP on that door coming knocking for you, XRP, and the Grim Reaper to strike again there with Sui. And I gave the Sui entry way back in August at 46 cents. I continued to give it consistently up, and I know that a lot of the community are making a lot of money on the Sui trade there. Certainly, as we look into altcoins, I think there is a long way to go there. I think by the time we do get up to this resistance here, we're looking at about 3.65 trillion. We were only about 720 billion. So therefore, that's about a 5x for the total altcoin market. So I do think that overall in the portfolios that we have, we should expect to see the portfolios grow about 5x. I think that's a pretty fair return. And here's the deal. Sui has already done a 5x. I think Potenza Tower 160 to 680 has done many hundreds of percent there, 300-400% there as well. And Dogecoin, I gave that call at 10.4 at 10.4 cents, and I gave it again and again until at I think at 13 cents was the last time that I gave the call, and then that just took off as well. And we're going to look at the cheat sheet in a minute and look at some of those trades. Bitcoin dominance hitting 60K. It's okay to diversify. He goes on to say in November 2020, Bitcoin pairs rallied hard to the bull market support pan only to get rejected. They got one final drop in December 2020 as the attention turned back towards Bitcoin. This is an idea to keep in mind in case alt and Bitcoin pairs drop once more when no one is expecting it. And this is why I feel it's important to have some buy orders for your favorite altcoins set in advance now in case there is an impending drop. It could happen today. We could see a bit of a sell-off. We could see Bitcoin drop. See my Bitcoin video earlier. We've hit some resistance at 89,000. If we do not push through there, then we could well see a pullback maybe to the $83,000 level or lower. There is some metrics that I gave, check out that video. And so this is something very important. Certainly, I took profits off the table last night, set some stop losses. I'm ready, and I've got my buy order set in case there is a dump. And if we keep going, great, it's a win-win. I took some, nobody ever lost money taking profit. I took some profits, put it in my jeans, and now if it keeps going, I didn't close the positions, didn't close any positions. And therefore, if it keeps going up, I just keep taking profits. And history is repeating with Bitcoin dominance, post-breakout, retest into the low, and then we come into the level, and then we look, and then Bitcoin dominance, then the alts can begin to run. And that's what we want to see. We want to see Bitcoin go sideways, or Bitcoin find some sideways consolidation and Bitcoin's dominance start to drop. So we look at the cheat sheet. These are the trades that I gave just over the last day or two, and they have absolutely printed. If you got in these trades, if you took these trades, you've made money here. This is my new section that I've added. I will try to keep, I am traveling today. And so if I don't keep this completely updated, I'll try and be in the Discord as much as possible as well and answer questions on YouTube as much as possible. But I am traveling today, and so I may find it a little bit difficult to keep this updated, but some of these trades are still relevant. We're in some of these trades still, and some of these trades we can get back in again, like the Potenza Tower trade. We went all the way up to 620. We're able to take some profits, and now I was actually able to get back in this trade again here. Certainly set stop losses for this. And then for the crypto hodl portfolio, there we go. This is certainly a place, if you only have a hodl bag and that's it, this is the time we can take profits here. If you got in at these lower levels here, okay, if you got in at these lower levels, these 40-cent levels, 55, 80-cent levels, your average is 83 cents, you're up 3 to 4x. And that is where I would take my original capital off the table. I put 1,000 in, and if it's sitting at 3 or 4,000, I take that 1,000 out and I keep it out, and now the rest is house money, okay? Certainly that is how that would work. We're doing the same here. Also where we hit profit levels on Dogecoin at 42 cents. Certainly can take profit there, or wait to see if it pushes past 42 and then keeps going, and then take profit at the next level. Certainly have stop losses in play in case it breaks down, loses that level, and then you miss out on all of that profit. And remember, taking profit does not mean we get out of the trade. We're just taking the original capital off the table. 89,000, take the original capital off the table. And you don't have to mess around. If you don't want to be watching charts all day and you don't want to be worried while you sleep, just take the profit. Take the profit off the table, and if it keeps going up to 100K, great. This is what we're here for, to take profits. Great job. Pat yourself on the back. Give yourself a cup of coffee there, a cup of tea if you're in England, and then you take profit again at 100K. Rinse, repeat as you go up during the cycle. I do need to revise this because I do think possibly we are going to get a lot higher than this target here that I did revise there. I think more of the 120,000 there level to 170,000 there, and we may end up revising that there for that. I think that says, is that 12? Yeah, 120,000 is correct. Yes, we have got that correct. Okay, we're going to jump into some charts. And so we have Banana Gun. You can see the entry here we got back in. If it comes down to that $60 level, certainly we can ride that back up to 66. Conversely, if we break above that, retest that successfully as support and hold, then that can be a place to get on the trade Banana Gun. So you're just watching it. You go down to the 5-minute time frame, the 15-minute time frame, and then you can watch and you can see if this goes above, comes back, if this is a successful hold, jump in the trade. Obviously, if the reverse happens and it breaks down, rejects, then you can get out of the trade at break even, or set a stop loss. Where do you set a stop loss? Where do you want to, what's the most amount of money that you want to take a hit on the trade, whether you're in profit and you want to stop out, how much profit do you want to lose on that trade? And secondly, if you get in at 66 there, and that's your entry and you're not in profit, what is the most you want to lose on the trade? Okay, if you've got $100 in the trade, your stop loss might be different than somebody who puts 10,000 in the trade. So your stop loss is very much determined by the size of your position and how much total you're prepared to lose on that trade. That's where your stop loss goes. It's so simple, I know. Okay, and then as we look through the next one, Blub here, I think we might have come down to the entry zone, or have we gone below the entry zone there? For Blub, we're on the wrong chart. Yeah, we have. We've broken below the 10, and so the next entry there is going to be down at 8. or down at 6 there. Certainly, as you can see, if you got in on blub, this is so simple. I'll just show it to you. This is a great example. Let's say you got in the blub trade because we came down, we retested it as support. You get in the trade, but look what happens. It's now dropped below, it's retested as resistance, and now you get out of the trade here, okay? And now you're out of this trade at the same price that you got in. You even had many times to still get out. And even here, you should have got out here because you could see over here that it was already rejected and we were already going down. If you didn't and you're stuck in the trade, then for me, I'm just waiting at the moment. I would just add some more down here, or you could, of course, stop out here. But that's a fair bit of a loss that you would have taken on that trade there with the blub trade. But that's just a good example how to get out at the same place that you got in, certainly there. And I know the question is going to be, what happens if it doesn't come and retest there? I'm not seeing, in all my times of trading, I've generally seen if you've got your support and resistance lines drawn correctly, and then it's like, what if I don't have my support and resistance lines correctly? Then again, stop out, put your stop loss in where the most amount of money that you're prepared to lose on the trade, okay? And that can be your little backstop just in case this doesn't work and you're not able to get out. You've got another area that you can manually stop out in. And that's just a good thing to go. Put your stop loss in and then wait and watch. And if it doesn't for some reason, you've got your stop loss set. And if it does, then you can get out at break even. That's just a great little plan there. Bonk, if we go to Bonk here, and we'll see how many of these we can get through on the daily trades before we have to wrap it up. Certainly now we are coming back to push through, wow, to this 33 zone. So we obviously hit beautifully our take profits for Bonk from our swing trades over here. If we have a look, oopsie, swing trades, if we can click on it, it's going to allow me to click on it, daily trades, swing trades. So Bonk absolutely crushed that. We actually went a bit higher. I have to put other take profit levels on there because the market is continuing to nuke up. But certainly there, you don't have to stop out at that level. You can see what happens. And if it just breaks right through it like it did on Bonk, it just smashed absolutely through that 30 level. It retested as support, so you'd stay in the trade there. And then you can take profit at the next profit level. I don't know if it was 34. I'd have to check on there, but it looks like the Fibonacci is there, yes, at 34. I've got that line up there. So I will update the cheat sheet because that could be another place to 0.0000034. That would be the next take profit level there for Bonk. And so certainly this could be an entry, or this here an entry. So this now, which was a previous resistance, could now flip to support, and this could be the next entry for Bonk, for example, there. And so this is the way that you play it. Certainly with Blub, if it had flipped support and resistance and flipped to support, then 14 could have been the entry. Now we're looking for Blub. Probably the lower entry is going to be that 8 to 6 entry there. How many is it? 7 zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros and 8. And also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros and 6. Hopefully I got enough zeros in there. I think there's 7 zeros. If not, I have set it on here. And then certainly that is where we could go with that one there. So you can see how we're filling in this one with Bonk. And now as we go to Dogecoin, so as I said, look, 42, that was the area. If you took profit on this cheat sheet, great. If you didn't, and if you didn't set stop losses and stop limits and take profits, this is why we do what we're doing. Now we're coming a pullback. Now the entry there is 38 if this holds. And I did foresee this. I've had this on my cheat sheet for a long time on the HODL section here. This was our take profit. If it's me, I had that take profit. I don't want to mess around. I could be sleeping. I don't want to be waiting, looking for the line. If it holds above and then holds it, then I stay in the trade. I don't have to close the trade. I just take the profit portion off the trade. I mean, we're 400% up from when I gave the trade. So in reality, if you're up big, then that was time to take and lock in the profits there. If we certainly go back to Dogecoin, now we're certainly losing this level here, which is at 37. 0.7 cents. So if we continue to come down, we could come back to that 33-cent level. So that could be an entry. So I'm going to actually add that to my cheat sheet here. I'm going to add the Doge entry now that we seem like we've got some firm resistance there for Doge. We're going to drop this in here in the cheat sheet. There we go, just like that. We've added it there for the entry of 32 to 33 cents. There would be the entry. Certainly you could get the entry if we do break back above this 38 level and it holds as support, and then we could ride that up to that 42-cent level again. Otherwise, there's this level here. Remember Doge, it's had a golden cross. Generally, coins will come back and test the 50-day moving average, which is down at 14 cents. I'm not expecting it to come to all the way down to 14 cents. By the time it retests it, I'm expecting the 50-day moving average to probably move up to at least 22 cents, maybe even as high as these levels here before price comes back to retest the 50-day moving average. Okay, but this will be my entry, my re-entry personally for Doge will be whenever it comes back, retest the 50-day moving average or the 200 EMA on the daily, holds as support. That's going to be another golden entry there. But we had a golden run there for Doge. It was time to get out of the trade or to take profits. Again, you have different ways of doing it. You can either completely get out of the trade at 42 cents on a rejection, or you can take just the profit portion off the trade in case there's a little pullback like this and then it shoots up again, especially while you're sleeping. You don't want to close completely out of the trade and then realize it pulled back and then shot up again to 50 or 60 cents. So certainly this is my strategy here. Take the profits off the table. We saw it in the cheat sheet here. This cheat sheet has been around for a long time. Since May, we've had these levels and we've waited all this time to get to our first take profit level, and that take profit level was secured. And I did share this on the Discord last night, and I did talk about it. So hopefully you did take those profits and you did get those profits off the table. The Ethereum trade, certainly I gave that trade all the way down at $2,300. And I told you, identified the take profit at 3,400. Who could have told you this? The tribal trades strikes again. I actually gave entries also here at it was actually 2,500 when I gave it. And here it was actually about 2,750. And then I gave one last entry here at about 2,960. That was the last chance to get in the trade there. And now, again, it's time to take some profits off the table. A re-entry would be back here at about 2,965. Also, you could certainly close completely out of the trade there. You would get back in on a break and a retest of 3,400. So you can always just get back in the trade. It's not a big deal. Or you can just take some profits off the table or reduce your Ethereum position there as well. Certainly if you're in loss, that's a little bit more of a tough one, but I do think we'll head up to 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. 7,000 is 5 to 7,000 where I've earmarked on top of this bull run for Ethereum. Certainly that can change. If we start to run out of Bitcoin and there's not much Bitcoin around for people to buy, certainly people could jump into the Ethereum ETF, and that could certainly push the price. That's something to keep in mind. Okay, we're going to look at a couple of HNT as a trade right now at $6.06. So you can see in my daily trades there, HNT, we have the lower entry there that can be hit and is being hit right now. So that's an entry right there. And then we look at take profit either at this lower take profit is going to be at that $6.75 level there or at that $7 level there. So HNT is a now trade. What else have we got there? Injective, I gave the entry there at 22. That's crushing right now. We're looking ideally at 33 on the way up. There is a take profit level there at 27. So that could have been taken off the table there. Otherwise, we're looking for that to go to 33. Casper, unfortunately, got rejected the 200 simple moving average, and we now have a re-entry there at 13.3 cents. So that's an entry right near there for Casper. And then certainly Render has been absolutely fantastic. We have an entry on Render at $6.75 at the moment. Or if that loses it, we can break down and get an entry at $6 all the way down at $5.37, where I gave this trade here, and I'm giving this trade again here. Don't sleep on Render. It pumped all the way up to $7.59, and I did take profits on the Render trade. That's going to wrap it up for today. For the rest of the coins, check out the daily trading tab there, and also I'll see you in the Discord. So until the next episode, happy trading.